Say we sleep all day, we sleep all day over.
Hi students, I'm Mr. Hunt, your building principal.
I'm Darla Denton, attendance secretary.
And I'm Mr. Markson, assistant principal. And together we are the attendance team of Owatonna Junior High School. Students, today what we'd like to do is just take a minute of your time to talk about our attendance policy. We're not really redoing anything, we're simply interpreting our attendance policy and how it's going to be playing out in our school year this year. I do want to emphasize that attendance is important. It's also the law. Any student ages 7 to 16 are required to go to either a public or a private school.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's extremely important and it's a big deal, to be honest. And so I actually want to read a couple things that are real important to keep in mind. Truancy is a major risk factor for dropping out of school and for delinquent, or that's a fancy word for bad behavior, inappropriate behavior, including substance abuse, gang involvement, criminal activity. I mean, these are activities that lead to more serious problems if they compound in life as they go on. Crime, unemployment, not being able to hold down a job, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, tobacco, and risky sexual activity. There's so many things that are linked to missing school continually and repeatedly that are very serious, that affect your life long term.
And as part of that, we really just want you to be here in school, and we want to make sure that we take a moment to solidify our policy and make sure that you understand what we expect when it comes to attendance.
Students, as you can see from this list, there are a number of reasons why you may be able to be excused from your absence. One of those is being sick or being ill. Another one would be a serious illness or a death of a family member. Obviously, any type of family emergency that's going on, please make sure that your parents or guardians contact our office and can speak with an administrator in order to authorize the emergencies that might be happening for an excused absence. Any kind of excuses for dental, medical, clinical appointments that happen during class, we would really encourage you to make those appointments outside of the school day, but if they must happen within the school day, that counts as an excused absence. Obviously, any kind of observance of religious holidays, as long as you get some advance permission there. Court appearances, and definitely any time that we suspend you is counted as an excused absence. Students, although there are many reasons why you may be excused from your absence at school, there's also a number of reasons that are not excused. Some of these you'll see listed here. One of those, for example, is truancy. If you happen to skip out on a class, decide to leave partway through the day or just to come late, or stay home altogether through the day, that is considered truancy, is not an excused absence. In addition to that, oversleeping or sleeping through your alarm clock or simply forgetting to set the alarm clock are not a reason to miss class. Transportation issues, missing the bus at the bus stop, and those types of things, in addition to any requirements that you might have at home, such as staying home to watch siblings, those are not valid reasons for missing school. So understand that all of these reasons in the end are going to count as truancy according to our truancy ladder.
Another thing that we want to just remind hopefully it's a reminder to everybody, is we know there's going to be absences throughout the year. But if we're sick, if we have a doctor's note or something like this, or a note from a parent, these are things that we need brought to school, so it just verifies that this absent was legit, we know where you were, and that again goes to Darla, who was introduced earlier. Bring that right into the office, she'll take care of that, and we'll go from there. And we look at 2 days. I mean, we hope that note comes in that next day, but within 2 days, if we haven't gotten a communication, a note, then that turns into a truancy, and that, again, gets to be more serious.
Absolutely. So just a reminder, students, it is a law that we come to school, and you will be marked as truant, and there'll be some school and some county consequences that go along with that.
In order to help simplify the consequences that follow with truancy, the administration has created a truancy ladder, and you'll see some pieces of that here. This ladder is in order to help us kind of follow a procedure in making sure that our consequences get a little tougher the more truancies that we have. Again, remember, our main goal here is to make sure that you are in class. That's where the learning and the education happens. And when you're not in class, there are some logical consequences that will come with that, both from the school, and since it's a law, and from the county. If you'll notice here on step 1, the first time that you're truant, you'll be assigned a lunch detention and have a referral sent to your home. On step 2, consequences get a little bit higher. You'll have another lunch detention, and we'll be sending home some information from the county. On step 3, you're considered by the state, according to statute, as continually truant. Because of that, we'll assign a 2-hour detention after school and again send home a truancy referral. That part of being considered continually truant is very important, as it is part of the statute and starts to flag the process for the county side of things. At 4, you'll be spending another 2 hours in the school lunch detention. You'll have a truancy referral, and at that point, it's time for us to meet with your parents and be able to have a parent meeting, discuss what's going on at school and how the absences are also affecting grades and other things that are happening here at the school. The big part where the county really gets involved is at step 5. We will be doing a full day of ISS, but the county now has had a referral from us. We've been in contact with them in regards to your attendance, and they will set and schedule up a meeting here at our school with an assistant county attorney to be able to discuss the importance of coming to school. At both the parent meeting and this attendance review board meeting, there will be contracts signed by you and your parents and the administrators of the school stating that continually being absent from school will result in further consequences, and promising that you're going to try your very best and that you will actually be here in class. Obviously, if things continue down the road and truancies continue to happen afterwards, there will be further school consequences, and this will, breaking the contracts will result in more direct services from the county. When we refer somebody over to Human Services, they're looking at doing an evaluation and then possibly sending your name on to court. And that is a pathway that we would not like to see any of our students go down.
One of the things that I think for me, I talk about with every student, the first thing we control in life is showing up, is attendance. This is not just a 7th grade or an 8th grade thing. Think about it as adults. If I didn't show up to work, if I decided to sleep in every day, I wouldn't have this job very long. So the habits we're trying to create with good attendance, it's really lifelong habits that we need to have, and it's so important. And what happens when you do this is, I always like to say, it opens doors for you in life. It's door opening when you have choices in life of what you want to do. If we run into these truancies and habitual truancies on, those doors close and your options in life are limited. And let me tell you one statistic. Did you know that someone who graduates from high school with a degree as opposed to a dropout, there's stats out there that they say they will earn upwards of $1 million more in their lifetime than someone who drops out.
Money.
$1 million? I
know.
I mean, come on. That's a lot
I'd
of
take
money.
$1 million if you want to give it to me.
I'd sure take it.
All right.
So that's something to really think about there. And I want to read something, a statement from the school board that says, regular school attendance is directly related to success in academic work, benefits students socially, provides opportunities for important communications between students and teachers, and establishes regular habits of dependability important to the future of students. Again, that really reiterates the things we've been talking about here.
Yep, absolutely. So again, students, we just want to reemphasize the importance of attendance. We hope that this has been clear for you and that you understand how we're going to interpret our school policy this year. We're beginning both the benefits and the consequences of our attendance policy starting the first day after MEA. That's when this will really take place and the implementation will begin. If you do have any questions about any pieces of these attendance policies, please make sure you come down to talk to either Mr. Marcuson, myself, or Ms. Denton. We all are very clear about what we expect in regards to attendance, and we're on the same page. So we'll be able to answer any questions that you have. Otherwise, students, thanks for listening, and have a wonderful day.
Say we sleep all day, we sleep all day over.